Hey Canucks fans, the Canucks have recalled Jack Rathbone from Abbotsford, and a few more thoughts on all the happenings from last night, including Filip Hronek's debut, Andrei Kuzmenko surpassing Pavel Bure, and John Garrett announcing his retirement. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Friday, March the 24th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thanks to everyone who joined me for my post-game live stream last night. I was at the game with the legend himself, legendary Justin Credible, and we had a great time watching the Canucks dismantle the San Jose Sharks 7-2. One negative thing that happened was defenseman Christian Wolanin. On the same day he signed his 2-year contract extension, he got injured in the first period of the game, rendering the Canucks down to 5 defensemen, and only one of them was a left shot guy, Quinn Hughes. Then you still had Hronek make his debut, you had Myers, you had Burrows, and you had Ethan Bear, all right shot guys. They made it work. Thankfully, it wasn't a tough opponent, but Wolanin looks like he'll be out for a bit. That add him to a list that includes Noah Juleson, likely out for the season with a bad ankle. Guillaume Brisebois, also of a new contract recently. He's out day-to-day. So the Canucks were only down to 5 defensemen. So they called up Jack Rathbone to fill in on that left side. So you're going to still have Hughes and Rathbone as your left-handed guys, and then your right shot guys, you're going to have Hronek, Myers, Brisebois, and Bear. They had Bear on the left yesterday playing with Hronek to start the game. So let's see how they move forward. They're in Dallas tomorrow, and then they're in Chicago on Sunday. You guys know how much I like Jack Rathbone. You guys know how much I hope that he still is happy in this organization. I don't want him to move. And if the way things are shaping up the way I think they will, I think next year it'll be Rathbone and Wolanin battling for that third spot on the left side. I'm not sure if Travis Dermott's going to be back as much as I like him. So yeah, it could be Hughes, OEL, and then one of Wolanin or Rathbone for the third spot on the left side. Now, let's talk about Filip Hronek. He had a really good debut. He didn't have any points. He had 3 hits, no shots on goal, although he had a few attempts. I think he had 24 to 25 minutes of ice time, both power play and shorthanded time. So here's what I noticed about Hronek. The one thing I'll say is he is assertive. He's assertive in the way he makes a first pass out of the zone, in the way he closes the gap on guys, in the way he tries to get shots to the net. Everything. I really liked his game over, in the way he skates the puck out of the Canucks zone. So he came as advertised. Didn't have to worry about too many stalwart defensive plays last night against a weaker San Jose team, but I did see enough in his hockey IQ, his vision, his skating, his puck moving, all those things. I think he's already the second best defenseman on the Canucks roster, behind Hughes, of course. And the more I watched him last night, the more I think that you should split him up. If you have Hughes and Hronek on different pairs, yeah, load them up if you need a goal or if you want to see some fireworks. But generally, if you want more balance and you want a really good player on each of your top 2 pairings, then I do split them up, and then you can go Hughes and Myers, and then OEL and Hronek, and then Wolanin or Rathbone next year with someone like a Bear or Burrows or Pullman or whoever it might be as your third pairing. So again, only the first game, and we're not going to plan a parade route because of the way that Filip Hronek played last night. But overall, I thought it was a great debut for him. And like I said, the one word I have for him and the way he plays is assertive. Andrei Kuzmenko. I noticed the way with his 35th goal, he passed Pavel Bure's 34 goals. Now, Pavel Bure, they said it was his rookie season. But for Kuzmenko, they've been quick to say, I noticed the way the Canucks worded it says, he is now the record holder for most goals by a Canuck in their first season. So I'm not sure if they say that intentionally or it's unintentional. They didn't want to use the word rookie because he is a rookie, but he's not eligible for the Calder, whatever. Kuzmenko is having an amazing season, 35 goals. He's got now 11 games to get 5 more to hit the 40-goal mark. It makes sense that he does it. He's got, like I said, 11 games to hit 5. That's 50%, and that's basically what 40 goals is. So I think Kuzmenko will get to the 40-goal range, especially the Canucks continue to play weaker opponents. And last night's goal was beautiful. You think that he tried one time it, whatever, even though the puck was coming across his body, but he actually took it from his forehand back to his backhand. Reimer was still out of the net, worrying about Pettersson, and then Kuzmenko put it in the goal. So great showing by Kuzmenko once again, 1 goal, 1 assist, And it was a lot of fun. I saw him reading the lineup. That seemed a lot of fun. And there's a great mic'd up that came out today. Anthony Beauvillier, he was the subject, but then a lot of it has to do with Kuzmenko because they are line mates and their interaction on the bench, which is pretty cool to see. Last thing I want to talk about, spend a few minutes on the shocking announcement that John Garrett gave of his retirement from Sportsnet. And I say that because he didn't say that he was retiring from broadcasting overall. So I was at the game. I didn't see this live, but then I saw tweets and messages about it. Yeah, I guess coming out of the second intermission into the third period, they gave John Garrett about 90 seconds to address the audience. And he basically said that after 20 years of doing these regional broadcasts with John Shorthouse, that he would be moving on. He thanked the fans, he thanked the players, the organization. He basically talked about how much fun he had in his role. And understandably, the outpouring of love, of sadness, of a great gratitude for John Garrett, all the platitudes for him, deserved for sure, deserved. And they came out over and over. They've been coming out for the past, I guess, now it would be coming up on 18 hours or so. And it's been really, really good to see. I mentioned my live stream last night. I've only had one true interaction with it. Well, two. One time I took Sean up for one of those little mini tours, Meet the Broadcasters. So we took some pictures of John, and Sean. They all rhyme. So that was kind of cool. And John Garrett was gracious back then. And that was about 15 years, no, maybe about 10 or 12 years ago. And then most recently, this past September, at the charity golf tournament, I had a really good chat with him. John Garrett is a practicing Catholic, as am I. So we were actually talking about Pope Francis, my visit to Edmonton to help with that visit. We talked about church, about church politics and that kind of thing in those 2 or 3 minutes I had with him at the tee box on one of the holes at Northview. Really, really nice guy. And that's the one thing I hear from a lot of people, just how nice and how gracious he was with his time. We obviously know what a good commentator he was, didn't take himself too seriously, but was an excellent communicator. Didn't speak over our heads, but definitely broke things down for us, was able to point things out to us, and had a really, really good chemistry with John Shorthouse. The other thing that I think I noticed about John Garrett is he was a Canucks fan. I wouldn't say he was biased or that he was unobjective, but certainly his fandom for the team and his desire for the team to do well, that came out loud and clear on the broadcast for sure. And finally, I've seen a lot of people say, one thing is, it was just there's a certain comfort you'd get with John and John on the Sportsnet broadcast. It was a bit of a homey feel. It was a bit of a trusted feel. You're hearing from your friends kind of feel. And those are all compliments to the type of broadcaster that John Garrett is. Now, I don't know if it's conspiracy theory. There's some people out there saying that because he didn't use the words retiring from broadcasting, he used more that he's, after 20 years, he's moving on. There's some speculation out there that this wasn't his choice, that he's not retiring on his own volition, that either the Sportsnet and or the Canucks, or a combination of both, I don't want to say pushing him out, but have basically pushed him out, are making this decision for him. Don't want to speculate too much, but that's an interesting theory. And I think there might be a tiny bit of weight to it, considering the fact that he did not say that I have chosen to retire, I have chosen to move on. I think he talked in terms of moving on. So we'll see. I don't want to make too big a deal out of it, even though I spent 30 seconds on it right now. I'm sure more will come out as the days pass. So let's fondly appreciate John Garrett as he finishes his last 11 games with the Vancouver Canucks. Maybe a couple of those are on hockey night, so maybe it's only 8 or 9. Regardless, we have the rest of the season to thank him, to show our gratitude towards him, and to start recalling memories of John Garrett, both in and out of the broadcast booth. So Canucks fans, would love to hear your thoughts on any of these. John Garrett retiring, Hronek's debut, Kuzmenko surpassing Bure for most goals in a first Canucks season, and of course, Jack Rathbone being called up because of all the injuries on the blue line. No live stream tonight, no live stream tomorrow night, but tomorrow night, Saturday, I am doing Game Over on the SDPN channel, so I hope you can join me for that. And then Sunday, I'm doing back-to-back Game Overs. I have Sunday's Game Over as well, and I'll be also doing my own live stream on Sunday night, as well as a group Zoom chat for Hall of Fame and Legend members. So lots to look forward to this weekend, but I'd love to get your thoughts on anything I said in today's video. Shout out to Van City Experts Real Estate and Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. And thanks to all of you. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership, and leave a comment below on anything that I had to say today. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.